And we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Waffle Board Breaks. I did not forget you guys, and I saw that Carl Z closed us out, and the internet went down from there. It's thunderstorms over the last hour or so. And didn't have any issues upstairs. But then when I came downstairs to set up the stream, the internet was out for a short while. And in the meantime, on my phone, I saw Carl Z closed us. So Carl Z's got a bunch tonight. Good luck to him. He's also going for the closer mojo, which we have seen. No, Dale, unfortunately, Carl Z closed us out. We had a couple spots left. Like I said, you trying to stay hot, keep your win streak going. Like I said, unfortunately for you, Carl Z sent me he posted on the web page, on the Facebook page, that he closed us out. So by all means, if you want to purchase any spots from him, by all means, you could discuss in chat. But before we break, but as of right now, Carl Z has the remaining spots. So that closes us out. Thank you, everybody, for being involved. We had about a dozen people in today, which is pretty good. Obviously, we're in the off-season run, and we're getting into the low 30s in boxes. So it should be a couple interesting weeks. Obviously, I appreciate everybody that's still would love to be involved with us. So Facebook disadvantage, exactly. We have a couple of those. Like I said, we got a couple Sunday only people that don't involve themselves on Facebook. So they're, when their spots hit, when they're not around Tuesday and Thursday, they're like, oh, there's nothing to bid on for Sunday. But that's understandable. We do have a couple people that don't have Facebook available for them. I believe also Ron, one of our heavies, also is at Facebook disadvantage during the week. So sometimes he's able to grab some. He's able to, send me notes through eBay. Sometimes he's able to reach out to me. But I know it's tough for you guys that don't have, the Facebook capabilities, or you don't have access to that. It can be tough. And like I said, I was about to list the last four spots, and I saw Carl's post that he closed it. I was confused because he took some spots before that. And I was like, is that the same thing? I'm checking my email, and I guess I saw his post on the Facebook page that he was claiming. So that Derek could be like Derek. Let me see what Derek got tonight. Derek has Jack Campbell, which he's always pretty much claimed for himself, and he also has the Adam Fox. So that may be for you. So I don't know. Let you guys let me know. Which one. Like I said, whoever wants to make the payments. I appreciate seeing them come through, but I don't. It's always good for you to confirm with me who has what spots. I know some of you guys. I don't beat you down. To make sure you get the payments in immediately. So I know all you guys are pretty good for it. Like I said, we got a great bunch of groups here. This is a great bunch of guys. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys, and you guys have done right by me. I'm not gonna harp on you. I mean, like I said, if it sits there for a day or two, I definitely can know it. Maybe slipped your mind, and that does happen. But I don't. I said I have no problem with people paying after the break, or even like a day or so after the break. It's not, not a problem on my end. But like I said, I know everybody's got busy lives. Some people are on vacation. It's definitely the time of year when people are away, possibly out of cell service. Big Al, of course, even today he snoozed a bit on the claim post, but he's still got some pretty good spots. So we'll see if his fallback plan works out for him today. Like I said, like I said, we got some people that have spots that they don't normally have. So we'll see what happens tonight. Like I said, we had a chance to hit the trigger spot, which is the Shattenkirk. If Shattenkirk hits, that box opens. I will open up another box completely free for you guys. So Shattenkirk is kind of like a hit Shattenkirk, hit another one. That's what the rule is. So we had a chance. He had a 1 in 3 chance of Shattenkirk coming out last break, and it was not Shattenkirk. So so that's just my give back to you guys. I understand it can be a slog, and like I said, I know some of the older spots, even some of the lesser known, the lesser price spots, I'm willing to have one of them as the trigger spot. We've done that in the past, especially we've had some two really old spots. I'd make them, trigger spots. One opens, the other one opens. But like I said, some of our older spots are pretty good spots, so I don't want to start giving away those spots. But of course, Shattenkirk, who I'm a loyal Shattenkirk Shat Deuces fan. Obviously, he had some unbelievable plays in the first Cup run with the Bolts during the pandemic, and he's near and dear to me. He had a huge goal, a game-winning goal. He had the first assist on the unbelievable Kucherov point play. If anybody hasn't seen, make sure you check out the highlights of that one. It's one of the greatest passes, receptions, deflections to a player. I mean, Cooch deflected it mid-stride and center ice to point. Point broke down the right side and threw it back to Cooch in the crease area for the tap in. But Shattenkirk started all in his zone, and he was a great facilitator on the back ends. He's bounced around. Obviously, the jerseys in there is a Ranger jersey. He played numerous places. Obviously, he's been in Colorado. But yeah, I'm a big Shat Deuces fan. Big fan ever since he hit the league. So it's fun to see that. Still being in the boxes, though now it's the trigger box. So Shattenkirk hits, another box will be opened completely free. So anybody that's not watching with sound, if they're confused when that happens, just let you guys know that's our rule. Shattenkirk is the trigger box. So we'll see. Like I said, good luck. We have a 1 in 35 chance of Shattenkirk box hitting. Like I said, last time it was after we randomized the box, it became a 1 in 3 chance of Shattenkirk hitting, but it was not Shattenkirk. So, like I said, bummer for everybody. Obviously, that would have been cool. I don't mind. Like I said, get back to me. Basically, it's like me giving away the Shattenkirk spot, or the Shattenkirk jersey, for whatever comes out would be the official hit, which is great. Like I said, this is box 470 tonight. For anybody that's keeping track at home, we've done 491 jerseys in my boxes so far. It means over the years now we've done 21 double jersey boxes, which I haven't done in a while. We'll see if I can get some stuff in for the next reload. I'm about up to 10 plus backups of a handful of stuff that's still boxed up. I'm having trouble finding some good filler or mid to lower guys. It's been all, at least star level and sometimes superstar level. You guys are going to be quite happy with the reload. So it's up to me to, fill it out with some affordable jerseys on my end, because it's a pretty good reload already being built so far. But like I said, I'm always excited about the new reloads, and we still have 18 of the 20 jerseys from the last reload. So it's, we've been able to knock out some of the older stuff. Like I said, we have just one box still from last year. We're now in July, and that was actually a couple of reloads before the end of the year. So that one box 60 has been there for forever. So 60's been there forever. 38 have been there since February, I believe. 53, 57, and those have been there since March. 72 and 75 are April. So that's everything on the left side has been here since April or before. Then of course we got the actually the 75 is 75. Then the 80 boxes are from May, and then early June we have 7 boxes from there, and then the most recent late June, July reload, technically. 18 of the 20 boxes still active. So a lot of that stuff got claimed early. Probably about 14 of the 18 spots were grabbed almost, not right away, but within the first 5 minutes. The older stuff took a little longer. The odds are basically the odds. So it's 1 in 35 of anything hitting. But you guys seem to think it's time for some new stuff to hit, which I don't mind. Like I said, there's some great stuff in all these reloads. I'm always happy when you guys hit. Adam, who hit the Alexander Georgiev the other day. He did a closer mojo. He grabbed some spots at the end, including Georgie, and that was his second hit ever. So anybody that hasn't hit in a long time, Adam's first hit, I can't remember exactly who it was off the top of my head. It was January of last year. So Adam's not here every break with us. Some of you guys are much more attendance wise than Adam. But Adam's bought some spots here and there, over since the beginning, and that wasn't from the very beginning. So that was almost a year into it. But Adam, congratulations to him for getting off the snide. I'm not sure how many times he bought in since that time he hit, but I looked at him like I saw January. I'm like, I don't remember him hitting this January, and I was like the previous January. So we're getting there pretty long now. Like I said, box 470. Like I said, no, like I said, you've been probably in a little more than Adam has been over the past couple years. Obviously, you're pretty Avs centric. So when I have Avs in there, you definitely Dale grabs the Avs or gets Derek to grab the Avs for points for him. And obviously, I'm sure you've received that absolutely gorgeous Rob Blake jersey by now, which was just an unbelievable jersey. Like I said, sometimes these jerseys come across my desk, and I'm thinking, I almost want to keep that. So, what up, Adam R? Let's see Adam R coming off the hot one. We'll see if Adam R is able to keep it going. I saw that he was in early today, grabbed a couple spots. He's got Easy Teasy, new flyer. It's a Ducks jersey. He's got the Slavkovsky. I'm trying to think, that's 2 spots he's got. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an absolute beautiful. That one you want to hang up, at least show off for a while before if you're going to bag it up. But that one you definitely want to see. What's up, Tom and Sam? Hope you're feeling better. I know you've had some rough health issues semi-recently, and you were in my thoughts and prayers. I hate when any of my WAFFLEBOARD breakers is ailing. I know some of you guys have some serious health issues you were battling, and it definitely breaks my heart. Obviously, come summertime, we want to be able to spend, the good weather with our friends and family, and you just hope for good health. I know you battled. A couple of other you guys have also had, ailments that you've definitely battled over the time you've been here with us, and then elsewhere. Previously when we were with over the Cover 2 stuff with Black Label with Ray, and then of course in other breakers that we've been in for over the past several years, and then still breaking elsewhere with some of you guys. So like I said, I definitely you guys have all my thoughts and prayers. I love every single one of you. I'm always happy every time a jersey hits, no matter who it is. I'm happy for that person because I know they're getting an absolute beautiful. These have been vetted by me. Some of them come straight out of my PC, or if they're not, then they definitely come from my hard work and hunting. And some of you guys help me out, passing jerseys, onto me, whether it's a link or whether it's something selling to me directly. I appreciate the total work that goes into making WAFFLEBOARD breaks what it is. There's not too many breakers out there like this, so it's on me. I took it on my shoulders several years ago to give us a breaker like this, because I'm a absolute hockey junkie, especially the hockey jerseys and autograph hockey jerseys. And it's I'm happy to fill the void. Like I said, the joy for me is still being able to offer this to you guys. Like I said, it's everybody has their collecting, their hobbies and their vices, and whether it's sports betting, whether it's casino gambling, whether it's rolling dice in the alleys in your town. Like I said, there's always going to be something, to take your money and, have payoff for you if possible. And like I said, I love being, that option for you guys, because here it's all done with love. You guys are such a great group. We suffer, we bear towards the regular season. Obviously now we're past the draft and free agency and getting into those hot summer months. So it's like it's not a bad thing. It said the Purple Crown. You guys keep trading the crowns. I'm not sure how the crowns work. I saw them at Big Al's last night when I was over there with my spots, and of course I did not hit again. I'm definitely in a long slump over at Big Al. So, I mean, Big Al, I didn't hit. Of course, I didn't hit the McDavid. That was Larry hit that. That was a long time. WAFFLEBOARD breakers. Larry needs me to get some B stuff that he's missing from his collection so he can buy into the spots. But that was an absolute beautiful McDavid last week. And then, of course, then Monday, rather. And then yesterday, he hit the Tuvo Teravainen Chicago Blackhawks. And that was the Fanatics Prime, Fanatics Prime, whatever they're called. So that was actually pretty cool. Like I said, I've seen Tuvo. We've had him in as a Kane in my breaks, but that was the first I've seen him as a Blackhawk. So that was kind of cool. Granted, I didn't hit it, but it was pretty cool to see that come out. So yeah, like I said, it's been a long time. Like I said, I have not hit. Like I said, the last time I hit, I don't think I even hit on purpose. I think it was either one of the randoms hits. I think it was a random hit that hit for me. It was definitely wasn't somebody I've targeted. Though I did hit that cooch. So that cooch definitely keeps me happy for quite some time. I don't know if it's a full year you can sit on that hit, but that cooch still is near and dear to me. That's one of my favorite hits. Like I said, I'm not into tons of breaks as much as I was, years ago. My PC has got to the point where I really don't need it. But yeah, Hagel I've chased for like several series now. It's been the Winter Classic one. It was the reverse retro one. Now we've reached the point where it's the blue home jersey, which I'd rather have pretty much anything else because I have tons of blue Bolts jerseys. But I will take the Hagel. I'd like to have Hagel on my PC at some point in time. So I'm definitely hoping. Keep riding that one. I'm going to ride that one as long as we can. Now we're halfway through this series over at Big Al's. So if you're not in those breaks, make sure you get over there. Obviously, the community hits we have over there is the Bobby Orr and the Ovechkin. The Ovechkin, I actually hit that. So that's an absolute beautiful Mitchell and Ness Winter Classic. Ovechkin actually scored in that game. So that's real cool, that Ovechkin Winter Classic Adidas Mitchell and Ness rather. So that's beautiful. And obviously the Bobby Orr, it's always good I have a Bobby Orr on my PC, so I don't need to chase Bobby Orr, but I would love to see that hit. Of course, maybe I'll throw that into here if I manage to hit it. Obviously, it'd be coming from, winning a random if it does hit over at Big Al. So kind of hoping to see it. Obviously, I would love to see Hagel more than anything, but there's some good spots. Like I said, there's some unbelievable spots still. He's got tons of the picture headliners that we haven't hit yet. I think just that McDavid was the only one. So we'll see. Like I said, we got half dozen boxes, I think, left over at Big Al. So be over there Monday and Wednesday next week. Of course, Sunday, looking for the double boxes. Will be 34 and 33 will be your box odds on Sunday. So, I mean, it's getting there. This is where it's going to be fun. I mean, obviously, you can't get much better odds than that for pick your player stuff, especially when you're bidding on the spots yourselves for Sunday. So make sure you get your bids in. I'll end whatever hits tonight. Right now, there's 35 spots, and I'll end whatever hits tonight, so it's not available. Of course, the odds get better and better every week. I haven't needed to take up the spot prices for Tuesday and Thursday very much. I'll try to keep it as good as I can for you guys. Obviously, we'll be down to 34 or 33 and 32 next week. So we'll see. Birds are chirping down here. I haven't seen the mouse. I don't know where the cats and the dogs are. So we're pretty much limited on our animals right now down here. So we'll see how it goes. The storms usually drive the mice in, but I'm not sure where they are. I think they're hiding. So we'll see. I think it's just one. As of right now, it's just one mouse. That he's cute, but I haven't seen him yet today. So we'll see. He came out the other day when I was streaming, so he doesn't care that somebody's talking down here. I think maybe the birds chirp would keep him away. So we shall see. So, like I said, forget about me rooting for myself over at Big Al's. Nothing is rooting for me here. Whatever comes out, I'll be very happy for whoever hits it. Like I said, I'm not rooting against anything. Every one of these spots, some of the bigger cost spots for me have gotten hit. So it's not like, I'm worried about something come out that's going to ruin my day. Every single one of these jerseys, I can't wait to see come out, whether it's from last year, whether it's from 2 weeks ago. These jerseys are absolutely beautiful. So let's do it. Let's get at it. Fireworks now? No, I said I don't know what's going on. It's still thunder. It was terrible. I think there was fireworks earlier, and then the storm came. Then there was I don't know what's going on. sounds like the can of fire. So maybe they're attacking Canada from here. I can't really tell. Was it storms? Maybe it's fireworks. Is it early day fireworks? They do it on the 3rd? It stormed like an hour straight, like an hour and a half ago. So I'm not sure what the story is in my neighborhood. I'm gonna batten down the hatches. Let me know until I hear any kind of alarms to abandon my house. But let's get going. Let me get my dice roller and my list up. Okay, here you guys go. Okay, you guys know the drill. Of course, always 5 or more on our random for our boxes. Let's do the box rather, just the one box tonight. Here's our boxes in order. 60, of course, is our oldest. 30, 38, I said 53, 57, 72, 75, 81. Of course, then we got to start goes threes, and then the 7 from the second last reload, and then all the way to the 18 still from those most recent reload. So good luck, everybody. Cannot wait to see what comes out tonight. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So let's do it. Let me say, Carl is the betting favorite. He's got the most spots covered. If you have one of those cover the board bingo cards, but a bunch of you guys have some nice spots. I'd like to see some people with new faces, with new names. So we'll see what happens tonight. So good luck, everybody. 5 or more on our dice roll. See what we got. That is 7, the most common dice roll. 7. So 7 times to get our box. Let's do it, guys. Good luck, everybody. The birds say do it. 1, 2, 35 boxes. 3, 4, 5, 6. And the box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 1. It's Uno. Box number 1. 7 times. 35 items. Box number 1. Okay, box number 1. Get the list. Make my notations. Box number 1 is dead center. Box number 1. Box number 1. Okay, here's box number 1, the list. Here's my list. Okay. Okay. Box number 1. Good luck, guys. Interesting mix of owners in this batch. Could be exciting. Box number 1. There we go. Good luck, guys. Let's see what we got. Box number 1. Box number 1. I guess I can see that. Let's see. We went up 32, so I can make it 40 something. So I might be able to reuse this box. So this box may not get shipped. Might be able to use it for the 40s. So there we go. I think I have some empties. So let's see what we got. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. We're down to 34 and 33 boxes on Sunday. This is a pretty good time. Obviously, we go from here down to the 20s. So still got a couple weeks before reload. But 34 and 33 is a pretty good Sunday for you guys. So make sure you get your bids in. Keep the prices pretty modest, depending on what the battles are. It's going to always be good to get 34 and 33 odds for the boxes. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Box number 1. Box number 1. One of the greatest defensemen of all time, Paul Coffey. Paul Coffey, Edmonton Oilers. There we go. Paul Coffey, AJ's COA. Paul Coffey, many teams over his career. Of course, started out with the Edmonton Oilers. Hall of Fame, superstar, monster scorer. Paul Coffey, Edmonton Oilers, Fanatics, vintage jersey. Obviously, this is from the old school kind of, not the oldest school, but old school AJ's paper COAs. They don't even do that anymore. But this is like second gen when they were doing the paper ones. First ones used to have the picture. But here we go. Paul Coffey, number 7, Fanatics vintage. Love the Fanatics vintage. Love the feel. Paul Coffey, number 7. Of course, he moved over to 77 when he got to Pittsburgh, where he won cups as well. So there we go. Fanatics vintage. Edmonton Oilers. Paul Coffey. Oilers used to never really sit for a long time. But here we go. Coffey's been there quite a little while, a couple reloads, but Paul Coffey. There we go. Let's see who we got. Paul Coffey with the 7. With the 7. No way on the front. Paul Coffey. Edmonton Oilers. Superstar legend. Hall of Famer. One of the greatest, obviously not Bobby Orr, but one of the greatest scoring defensemen in the history of the league. Let's see what we got. Congratulations, winner. Paul Coffey will be Carl Z. The closer mojo does exist. Back-to-back breaks. The closer mojo has hits. Congratulations, Carl Z. Obviously, Carl Z had a lot of spots, so it wasn't just closer mojo. It wasn't like he had a bunch of spots before he closed this out. But congratulations, Carl Z, hitting with the coffee, and that was not one of his closer spots. So closer mojo stepped in. He had coffee early here, but obviously it did continue. So closer mojo, you guys don't want to believe me. I've been in enough breaks myself. I've seen it here. Now back-to-back breaks. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the spot you use to claim, but if you have a spot and you hit, it's closer mojo. So congratulations to Carl. Closer mojo does exist. Absolutely beautiful. Paul Coffey, Vintage Fanatics. Like I said, this is a good spot. Like I threw a bunch of spots up to close. You know, the spot prices celebrate July 4th. You guys have been great. Obviously, get us through. This is box 470. Running strong down to 500. We're going to get there in a couple weeks. I mean, a month or so. So we're going to get there. But 500 is coming. I don't have a freebie schedule for this weekend. Obviously, Sunday is still probably the end of the holiday weekend for everybody. But we'll see if I have something. You know, I'll make that announcement probably day of. I don't think I'm going to tease it ahead of time. But we'll see if I have anything on the shelf to give away to you guys. I always like to give away on Sundays because that gives everybody a chance to bid on spots. You can claim as many as you want, as many as you're willing to win on eBay. But we'll see what I have for you guys. But congratulations again. Sorry for everybody that did not hit. Paul Coffey, absolutely beautiful. One of my all-time favorites. Like I said, he was the winner of the first, I think, at least 3 cups with the Oils. I don't think he was, I'm not sure he was there for the 4th one. Definitely wasn't there for the 5th one of 7 years, but he definitely won at least 3, maybe 4. So congratulations on that. Absolutely. I think he did win. No, because 88 was when they beat the Bruins, and I don't think Coffey was on that team. 87, he beat the Flyers. He definitely was there. So I'm going to say in my mind he won 3 with the Oil, maybe 2 with Pitt. I think he won 1 in Detroit. I don't know. He played with like 15 teams. So congratulations on the Coffey. Absolute NHL legends, Hall of Famer. I'd love to see him go because I love seeing Paul Coffey in the breaks. So congratulations to Carl. Definitely paid his dues today. Came heavy, and then he decided to close us. And that's where the closer mojo comes from. So thank you much for him. Sorry for everybody, of course, that did not hit, but now your odds are even better. 1 in 34 and 1 in 33 on Sunday's double box break. So we'll see. I'm gonna fix my shelves, maybe throw a couple. I can throw 4 over. I like to leave the top shoe. So we'll see. I'm gonna see what I can manage my table and my shelves, but we'll see if I run into the drink your coffee, drink it up. There it is. Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your coffee, Carl. Absolute beauty. I'm a big fan. Like I said, it's, I have coffee rookies in my PC. I don't know. I probably have some coffee auto cards. Like I said, I've always been a fan. Followed him pretty much all his career. He was here in Philly for a little bit. Obviously, Coffey made a lot of stops, but and with the Kings, so he's pretty much anywhere you could think of, he was probably there. And he won cups numerous times. Won Norris's. Had like 40 or 50 goals, I think, 1 year, which like absolutely boggles the mind in today's era. But yeah, playing with Gretzky helps. But and playing with the Oilers, where they kind of let him, run rampant. Obviously, would you have Fuhrer back there to bail you out, and guys like Kevin Lowe, guys defensemen to stay at home for you, you're able to kind of let your wheels run. So yeah, he was an absolute unbelievable player. So some of you guys aren't old enough to watch Paul Coffey live during his career, but make sure you check out some of his highlight packages on YouTube, because YouTube's been great because you're able to see the video footage of some of these all-time players. I love mixing in some of the new players with some of the old players. So it's an education for some of you guys to see some of these jerseys, some of these players. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. I'd like to give my condolences. We lost Alex Del Vecchio a couple days ago. He was 93, I believe. He actually played with Gordie Howe, and Gordie Howe may be in the future. So that may be a hint. But yeah, we lost Alex Del Vecchio, longtime NHL player, part of the Detroit Red Wings Stanley Cup champion back with Gordie Howe, and 93 years young. We did lose him. I think I had a Del Vecchio a while back. I forgot to check my list to see when we did, but it's a shame that when we lose some of these older players, we're going to start losing a lot of the Stanley Cup champion Maple Leafs, because they're getting up into their 80s and 90s as well. But Alex Del Vecchio, longtime NHL player, part of the Detroit Red Wings older cup championships. So we're sorry to lose him. Got our condolences to his friends and family and all the fans of his hockey playing years. So thank you very much, everybody. I will look forward to seeing you guys back here on Sunday. Waffleboard Breaks. Enjoy your July 4th and your Saturday. I will see you guys Sunday. Take care. Bye.